What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Jynesis back on another video. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do 2 videos today. I just got done with the Aries video, so if you haven't checked that video out already, go ahead. The link is in the description. Go ahead and click it so you can get familiar with the Aries side of Mars. Today we finna talk about Scorpio side of Mars. And before I start this video off, I just want to welcome you with some good energies by saying Grand Rising, peace to the gods and goddesses of Planet God, peace to the ancestors, the elders, the youth, crystal babies, indigo child, my peers, if I hadn't said it already, and shit, all the high vibrational beings. If you love vibration, you can get the fuck up out of here, because this ain't for you unless you're trying to raise that vibration. Otherwise, bye. But yeah, man, we're gonna jump right into it. Feel me? So Scorpio, man, Scorpios, man, you little freaky deaky ass motherfuckers, bro. Y'all some freaky, secretive, unbothered ass motherfuckers, bro. My brother is Scorpio, so I know this energy. I got Scorpio placements. My girl got Scorpio placements. I just know Scorpio energy like the back of my hand. So to start the shit off with, man, y'all are ruled by Mars anciently, but in this current energy cycle, Pluto is your governing planet, which means you have a tendency on both aspects, because Pluto is just a higher octave of Mars. I have a tendency to have a power or control nature. Feel me? I like to be controlling, or be basically, I want the upper hand in the situation regardless of what the fuck it is. That's why y'all kind of take time to critically think on what you do and strategize what you do, because you don't want to lose the battle. So you rather go into battle with a precise strategy than go into a battle just ready to fucking war like an Aries, you feel me? Just ready to beat some shit up, you feel me? And just hopefully come out on top. Y'all don't go off of hope, y'all go off of strategy, and y'all take that emotional passion, because y'all ruled by water, that passion, that energy, y'all filter it in a way where y'all get rid of the pain, and y'all drive that pain into what the fuck you trying to do, and y'all strategize with that pain, you feel me? And if you're a high functioning Scorpio, you actually transmute that energy into something great, and it manifests into the physical, and it kind of turns into the Taurus energy when it comes to the physical, and that's y'all opposing sign, Taurus. Scorpio is a fixed sign, so it's fixated on how they feel. You can't move a fucking Scorpio out of how they feel. They're gonna feel how they feel independently. You can't tell a Scorpio how to feel, because they already know how they feel. It's just they're processing their feelings, but they know that they feeling how they feel, and they're gonna process their feelings by themselves. That's why when a Scorpio go through a heartbreak, yeah, they have a tendency to kind of like want to get revenge, but if they're high functioning, they're gonna sit back and just go within themselves and just like, all right, bro, what part of me created this situation in the physical realm that I can transmute into a better aspect of myself, so that I won't have to deal with this again and move forward, because it is Mars once again, and Mars likes to progress and act on, it likes to act and progress. And Scorpios have a tendency to see the world in a way where it's like shit just always gonna crumble, you feel me? It's the Plutonian energy behind them. It's like that Pluto energy of destruction, and it's like they have a bad rep of kind of being negative, you know what I'm saying? So you might be like, damn, why the fuck you always being so deep about some shit? And it's always like, it's deep in a way where most motherfuckers don't want to go. They don't want to go as deep as a Scorpio. That's why I said in the last video, they can keep going, they can keep it going, because they can go to the depths of the situation, versus Aries, they're kind of gonna stop surface level, because it's like, all right, I ain't trying to get that deep, because I don't know what the fuck gonna happen, because they're not using their mind unless they're A, have good placements, or B, they're high functioning. But for the most part, with Scorpio, they are very powerful when it comes to that emotional aspect of themselves. That's why they're very manipulative of the emotions, and they can go either way. They can positively manipulate you to be a better person, or they can manipulate you to be the worst version of yourself, because they can take that out of you because of that ability to get rid of the old and transform into something new. Because Pluto, the Pluto side of Scorpio transmutes. Pluto represents rebirth. You're saying regeneration, life and death. So the thing Scorpio does, and their purpose in this world, is to take what's not useful out of the equation and take what's left and transform it into something better. So that's why they might go through a breakup, be single for a minute, and then become a whole different person after being single, and they know what the fuck they own this time, and they might go through that a few times until they realize and be fixated in this certain type of energy where it's like, oh, I know what I want and I know what I like. And you know what I'm saying, that kind of gives them that upper hand because they have a discipline, they have emotional discipline, you know what I'm saying, kind of like just like Capricorn. That's why Scorpios and Capricorns can get along with that, because Scorpio is not finna just impulsively be emotional. They're gonna be emotional and it gets intense. They're very intense. They have an intense energy. So yeah, when it comes to how they feel and they let it out, it's going to be intense. That's why they keep it in, because not a lot of motherfuckers can handle Scorpio's energy because it's very intense. And it's like, damn nigga, all I said was your shoes was dirty, but I ain't know that you were struggling, this and that and the third, and them the only shoes you got for right now, because they keep it to themselves, because they don't want motherfuckers into that inner realm, or that they don't want motherfuckers just tap dancing into their inner world, you feel me, because they rule the underworld. That's Pluto energy, you feel me. They rule the underworld, and the only how you can get past that is if they allow you. They're the only signs that the only how you know is when they tell you. Otherwise, they can easily keep it to themselves, you feel me, with no problem. And when it comes to that sexual side of nature of Scorpio, because it is ruled by Mars, but also Pluto being another octave of Mars, and that's life and death and regeneration. They have a high sex drive. I ain't gonna lie. My Mars is in Scorpio, so I can attest to that shit. And if they do semen retention, they can take that sex drive and they can manifest damn near anything they want in this reality. And they have an impeccable willpower too. They rule the solar plexus just like Aries. I didn't say that in the Aries video, but both Aries and Scorpio rule the solar plexus for the most part because of that willpower of Mars. And they basically can go through anything in life and survive, you know what I'm saying? Life and death, you feel me? They can survive anything in life and metaphorically go through the depths of life and regenerate themselves and become a better person on top of it, because they can endure so much. You know what I'm saying? You know, and they represent the 8th house, and the 8th house represents occultic energies and taboo energies, and like, you know, like what's an example? Fucking magic, witchcraft, voodoo and all that shit, bro. That's what they kind of specialize in. So if you meet a Scorpio and they're on that shit, you better watch out, because with that secrecy and the ability to control their emotions and kind of be what's the word, composed, they can keep their composure, bro. You don't know what the fuck they're gonna do next until they do it, and it's too late. Feel me? They gonna strike, and they gonna that scorpion tail gonna hit you. You gonna be dead before that shit even register that shit. And they also are the only signs that go through 3 different transformations over time. You feel me? They have 3 different animals that they transform into. It goes from the Scorpio to the eagle to the phoenix. I don't know if the eagle is accurate. It's another bird, but it's I don't know if it's an eagle. I'm gonna just say eagle, because that's the best I can. I think it's an eagle, but the final stage of a Scorpio's rising, you feel me, is the phoenix, which is freedom of self, pain, aka not letting the pain hold you down, but using that pain, like I said, to transmute into something great, into this reality. You know what I'm saying? They can that's when they're able to just go through life without letting shit get to them, because Scorpio, the scorpion aspect of the Scorpio energy is they going, if you say, okay, for an example, if you talking shit about a Scorpio and they feel that deeply, they gonna feel some type of way. They gonna, all right, you talking shit, all right, cool, they gonna think of some shit in their mind. They gonna strategize, and then they gonna hit you with that shit the next day, and then you gonna be like, what the fuck? I wasn't that serious, but they took it serious, because they are one of the serious signs. They take life fucking serious. So if you talking shit about what they going through, and they take that shit serious, and they ain't even really fucking what they going through, they want to be in a better position, and you downing them, and it's in a way where it's like they done gave you multiple chances to kind of chill out. All right, cool. Just like a Taurus, you think I'm not finna do nothing. Boom, they hit you with some shit and you ain't even see it coming, because they strategizing based upon what the fuck they're peeping. You know what I'm saying? It's the unconscious mind. You know what I'm saying? It's water energy. Water represents the unconscious. You feel me? So it's like they kind of tap into that energy of, all right, let me. They tap into the psyches. Basically, what I'm saying, they gonna learn everything about you, your weaknesses. They gonna exploit your weaknesses, and they just gonna hit you where it hurts. You feel me? And, you know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people don't like Scorpios, you feel me? Because they, let's be real, man, y'all soft, you feel me? Soft people can't be around Scorpios because they gonna say the truth in a way where it emotionally abrupts you, you know what I'm saying? They gonna hit you where it hurts as far as the truth. And they can do it in a negative way or in a positive way, depending on the other placements, depending on what they went through, the aspects, and just, you know what I'm saying, other aspects. Let's just say that. Let's just leave it at that. But yeah, Scorpio energy is very powerful. If you're having Scorpio placements, I advise you to use that energy to cultivate magic and within your realm in a positive manner so that you can progress in life, because that energy, a lot of other zodiac signs can't really go 10 toes with Scorpio unless it's a fixed sign. That's why I said all the fixed signs, like if they have the same essence, mutable, cardinal, and fixed, their counterparts can go 10 toes with them because they have the same essence. But if it's just like a different element, like fucking fire and water, bro, them shits don't go together, bro. Fire and water don't go together, bro. Water puts out fire every time, all right? So if you're a fire sign, you get impulsive. Scorpio, non-impulsive, they just gonna, like, come on, cuz. I know what you want to do, because I would do the same thing to myself, because that's how they think. They think about what they would do to themselves and others. They the type of signs that really strategize different ways to beat a nigga ass randomly. They just be like, man, I beat this nigga ass in this way, that way, probably scoop that nigga on his feet, drop his ass on the floor, pick him back up, you feel me, put that nigga in a chokehold, you know what I'm saying, dangle him around, you know what I'm saying, then let him go, let him try to get a little chance and opportunity, then, you know what I'm saying, you know, probably get him on the ground again. Some weird ass strategy. I don't fucking know. Scorpios just think like that. They think real fucking deep. So to get close to a Scorpio, you have to be true to yourself and true to them. Can't be lying and manipulating, because they can do the same thing, and that's their power and ability to kind of be secretive, because it's not like secretive in a way where they want to keep shit from you. It's just they go through so much that they don't care to let people into that realm, because they want to deal with it themselves, because they're fixed on that energy. They're independent in the sense of emotional independence. They're the most emotionally independent sign out of the whole zodiac sign. So zodiac will, like, they don't need no one else to cater to their emotions. It would be good to, but they don't need nobody to tell them how they feel, because they know how they feel. They just gotta go back and think about the events that played out, the trauma they went through, because the 8th house. 8th house also represents the trauma wounds, the wounds that you feel. They go through all that. Every day they'll think about any trauma that they've been through, and they try to learn from that shit so they can transmute it, transform, and become something better. So when it comes to Scorpio energy, you got to really watch out for that side of them, where it's like if they haven't really worked on that, it can kind of play out in different ways, where they're, like I said, they're the zodiac sign that kind of cheats, and it's like they gonna just keep cheating. They don't give a fuck how you feel about it. Like, nigga, feel me? Like, they stuck in that feeling. They're fixated on how they feel, so they can cheat on you and just go on to the next, like a Capricorn. They don't give a fuck. Just the difference is Capricorns have a tendency, they want to provide for you and just kind of be there for you like a Cancer. So they're not going to just cheat and just not give a fuck as far as being there, but they're not going to give a fuck about how they felt when they cheated. If that makes any sense. But a Scorpio is like, nah, fuck that shit. Once they go through a breakup, they're going to say, all right, this how motherfuckers is now. All right, cool, I'm going to take this into account and note it. So next time I deal with a motherfucker, I'm going to just make sure I remember, all right, this is what happened in the last relationship. I don't want that shit happen again, so I'm going to move this type of way so that I won't be powerless, basically. Like I said, they like to have the upper hand in a situation, any given situation, because they're the strategists of the zodiac. They're strategical with everything they do. They don't just do shit without thinking. They literally, all right, before I do this, can this play out like this? Can it play out like that? Can it play out like this? All right, what if I did this? Okay, what happens when this happens? What I'm going to do? That's how they think. That's how they is. And look at the sun beaming on me, you feel me? Y'all see that skin glowing? Feel me? My left side is always going through some shit. My right side is my good side. I don't know what the fuck is up with that. I gotta learn the meaning of that shit, because that shit has been going on all my life. Shit's crazy. But yeah, man, y'all gotta watch out for that shit. Scorpios. I gotta learn y'all emotions and just be confident that shit will get better, bro. Because a lot of motherfuckers with Scorpio energy or energies in the 8th house feel like life is just ain't shit, bro. They like, man, life is always gonna life, and I have no control over life. Meanwhile, if you really pay attention to it, life is controlled by the actions you take towards your future, feel me, in the present moment. If you sitting there stuck dwelling in emotions and dwelling in the past with your emotions, you're not getting anywhere. You're going to be fixated on the past, so you're going to do shit and repeat past patterns, aka if they cheated in the past and they haven't got over their heartbreaks, they went through a heartbreak and they said fuck relationships or fuck being this stand-up guy and being loyal, because they can't be loyal. They loyal as fuck, but if you fuck up that loyalty, they kind of be like, all right, I gotta watch out for you because you ain't as loyal as I am, and we ain't on the same level. Clearly, I can go as deep, but can you go as deep as me and hang on with me, or are you just gonna leave me to straggle along myself and then find someone else? You feel me? That's kind of what Scorpios they kind of deal with that throughout their life, and it kind of sucks because, you know, they really, like, my sister's a Scorpio, so they're really loving. Like, they really love their family. They really care about the people they be with. My bad. They really care about the people they be with, and that's kind of why they have that passion behind them turns to aggression if they get betrayed. You know what I'm saying? They go through betrayal, they like, all right, bro, that feeling gonna sit. It's the feeling that they have. It's not really what's going on around them. It's just the feeling that this person gave them that they remember, because you always gonna remember how a person made you feel, and that's Scorpio. They never forget how a motherfucker made them feel, and they hold on to that shit. And if they don't transmute into something greater, it's gonna turn to something negative, and they just gonna go around just manipulating motherfuckers, trying to overpower motherfuckers, and just not give a fuck about what they do, because they're aware of what they do. They just don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because who gonna stop them? You feel me? Another Scorpio could, or a Taurus, but in the other sign, it's like they gonna kind of like figure some shit out, and kind of once they figure it out, they gonna, and it's like I said, it's too late once they initiate that shit. Yeah, that's basically the negative traits of Scorpio right there. Is just that tendency to manipulate the emotional realm and kind of do it for themselves, and not, like, okay, for an example, say you went through a heartbreak and they are there for you. They're going to tell you, hey, bro, you can't be sitting on your emotions, because at the end of the day, that's all they are. And you got to kind of use those emotions to move forward. You got to move forward with them and transmute them, and not just sit back and just, oh, man, I love the because I was there for if she don't want to be with you, bro, how about this? Take what you learned from that and apply it to your next situation in a positive manner, and become the best version of yourself before you even get into that situation, by learning from that last situation. Otherwise, you're not going to get anywhere in life being emotionally reckless. They're not the ones that be emotionally reckless. That's Cancer. Cancers are, like I said, they're the ones that are going to act off their emotions. Scorpio's not acting off emotions off strength. They're going to sit, process, go through the transformation, and then after that, they're going to act off that shit, because it's like, all right, I done sat with this shit long enough to know, all right, this is how it is. I done asked the questions. I done got the information from the ethers, because they're connected to the unseen realm, just like Pisces. So they can kind of pull shit from ancestors. They can pull shit from celestial beings. They can pull shit from angels. They can pull shit just like a Pisces could. It's just they're fixated, so they kind of get to it in a more linear way, because it's a fixed sign versus Pisces. They're kind of like grand, so they kind of feel it, and it's like they have to learn how to focus on that energy, but they have an impeccable ability to kind of take that energy and channel it. That's why Pisces are the most spiritual sign out of the whole zodiac. But yeah, man, y'all gotta watch out, bro. So if you're trying to get with, like I said, if you're trying to get with a fucking Scorpio, don't be on no bullshit. Be true to yourself and be true to them, and they'll be true to you. Feel me? Even if you fuck up, bro, be true to yourself, because at the end of the day, they want to see if you still that same person even after you fucked up, or is you gonna keep following through what the fuck you doing? This is who you are now. All right, I'm gonna move accordingly so that I can protect my emotions. They're trying to protect themselves, because that's that stinger on their back. Feel me? They're trying to protect themselves. Feel me? And that's that first phase when they go through heartbreaks and shit like that, or they go through trauma, or they go through any domestic situations, any traumatic situation they go through. That's what they use to get them through life. And that's why they seem negative, because that's what they use as a fuel. They use their pains as a fuel. And motherfuckers don't do that most of the time. They be like, all right, bro, I don't want to focus on the pain. I want to focus on the abundance. But you can't have abundance without the pain, because you got to appreciate one in the other. You can't appreciate one over the other, because it's like, damn, how the fuck did I get abundant? I had to be at this point to get to this point. And that's how it is for a Scorpio. They don't just wake up and, No, it's kind of like Capricorn. They take step by steps every day. They take that time because they're fixated on it, and they really go deep, and they can take their time as much as they want to, because at the end of the day, they're kind of here and there at the same time, like Pisces, but they're here pulling from there. Pisces is here and there, if that makes any sense. And we're gonna get into Pisces on Thursday, so yeah. But yeah, man, Scorpios have impeccable power. Like I said, they the freakiest fucking zodiacs out of the whole zodiac world. They some freaky motherfuckers, because they have that ability to kind of pull that sexual energy and tap into it in a specific way. They're the only signs that can manipulate sexual energy in the way they want to, and they can pull that shit, because your sexual energy is your kundalini, it's your life force. And like I said, it's ruled by Pluto as well as Mars, and Pluto represents life and death, regeneration and rebirth. So they can take that life force energy from you, or give you life force energy depending on their mindset, and they can use that to transmute it into something greater. That's why they have a good and bad rep about being sexual partners. They could be a toxic motherfucker, or they could be a high vibrational motherfucker. They can just really please you very well, or they can just take from you. Like I said, they can pull that sexual energy out of you and take it somewhere else, or they can pull it out of you and give it back to you in a different way. Feel me? Depending on what their mindset. But for the most part, Scorpios, they not a bad sign. You just gotta learn that they go through shit. Just like a Capricorn, they go through shit in life. The difference is Capricorn is gonna show for it. Scorpio's not. Scorpio, you're not gonna know what the fuck they're going through. You're just gonna be like, damn, I ain't know you was going through all this shit. But they'll have a whole bunch of shit to show for it. But you don't know how they got there, because they're not finna tell you. They're not finna tell you how they got there, because like, why does it matter to you what they went through if they're the ones living this life, and they're gonna be the ones that's gonna be at the end of this life cycle? You're not going to be with them when they close their eyes and go into the next lifetime. They are their soul, so they take very, very, very account, or they take their soul very serious when it comes to how they approach people, because that's what they resonate with, their soul. They don't resonate with the skin, they don't resonate with the spirit, they resonate with the soul, which is the deepest part of your fucking existence, because that comes from a whole different realm, reality, and source. You feel me? It comes from source. So I guess you could say Scorpios directly come from source. You feel me? Also, Scorpios can be very good scientists, because they can basically go, like I said, they can go in depths, they can go as deep, and it's about that life and death situation. So when it comes to science and transmuting and manipulating, they can do that based upon their ability to tap into feminine and masculine energy. And because it's a feminine sign, but they have a masculine side to them that no one talks about, and that's that aggression that comes out when they get pissed off and shit like that, and they just like, damn. But yeah, they can be really good scientists. They can be really good detectives, because like I said, they gonna really think deeply, and they not gonna just jump to the first thing they see. They gonna see what they see and go deeper than that. And that's what detectives do. They're gonna be like, all right, this stick right here, but how did this stick get here, and why is it placed like that? All right, what's around it that can indicate anything else that could potentially make this stick look like how it's looking? Or I see a footprint. Okay, where these footprints leading to? Boom. Okay, the footprints. Or I see a little residue. What's this residue? Let me take a sample of this and go back to the lab with it and figure out what the fuck it is. Or I figured out what that residue is. All right, who sells this residue? All right, let's go to the corporation. All right, let's figure out who the fuck they contact list is to their sellers. That's how deep they go to figure out the ends to a situation. But yeah, man, hope y'all enjoyed this video on Scorpio. I did, because like I said, I can go as deep as possible, because my moon is in the 8th house, so that I kind of have like that similar energy of moon in Scorpio, so I can go as deep as I can and deeper and deeper. But I lose a lot of people when I do that, so I try to keep it as understandable as possible, like I said in the last video. So if I did miss anything on your sign, if you're a Scorpio, that you learned about yourself, don't be afraid to say that shit in the comments, because that lets me know that I'm doing my job. Feel me? I don't just get on YouTube and talk about this shit just to talk about it. There's a lot of motherfuckers on this bitch just talk about it because they like talking about it. But I do this because I know a lot of motherfuckers be in this realm in reality, lost this shit about themselves, and when they come across me and I put them onto themselves, they be like, damn, teach me more. And it's like they can't get that opportunity, because like I said, I'm not here to stay. I'm here to help and go on to the next, you feel me? But yeah, I'm gonna leave as I came. Grand Rising, peace to the gods and goddesses of PlanetJynesis, peace to the ancestors, peace to the youth, peace to the peers, peace to crystal babies, indigo childs. high vibrational beings of Planet Kai, Atlantis, Lemuria. And if you're having a very bad day, if you're having a bad day or whatever, I send you high vibrations, and I send you nothing but compassion and love. And feel me, I'll see you in the next video. Love.